Now, I don't mean to be rude to the city folk, but I can't exactly see how you can remember someone so well when the text is that illegible. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 3! I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we helped Fiona out with getting Colony Mew back up on its feet a little bit, and this time we're here in the city to take care of our penultimate quest for this run with Masha. She's back there somewhere, don't worry.
I'll do my best.
Just trust me on it, okay? Okay, Masha's back there. Yep, once you have Masha in the party and Mio at level 10 with Lapidurist, we go over to the city camp and get the quest started.
Oh, at long flipping last. There you are, Mash.
Looking for moi? Maz, how have you been? We've been scouring high and low for you. Yes. Lovely to see you too. You have some business to discuss?
Whoa. Pull the other one, Mash. It's got bells on it.
So cold, Mazzy. Ice cold. Don't pretend you don't know what we're talking about.
Me and my fair lady ordered matching accessories. Quite a while ago, too. It's getting silly now.
Yeah, and I recall we paid a pretty penny up front too. Don't want to rush you, Maz, but come on. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course, I hadn't forgotten. I was, literally just pinning down the final touches on the design. I'm on the cusp of beginning production.
Oh, you were you? Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mash. Phew! I was sweating buckets there. Thought the whole thing had slipped your mind.
Perish the thought. That would be tragic. Right. My sincerest apologies. It did, in fact, utterly escape me. Figured.
Figures.
But Maz, you're so chuffing brilliant at what you do. It's just such a crying shame that you're like this, you know? Oh, how it pains me to know it.
Hey, at least you remembered now. We're still on board, by the way. Long as you give us a discount for the trouble.
We're looking forward to the finished products. Ta-ta! Well, I put my foot in it again. Perhaps I ought to hire a clerk.
What is the deal with those guys?
They're soldiers, those two. Illustrious members of the Lost Numbers. Not to mention my clients. Previously, I received a commission from them for a pair of matching accessories, but clearly my mind was otherwise occupied. Letting my clients wait any longer than this is going to tarnish my reputation. I'll have to expedite my work.
Should we help?
What? Are you quite sure?
We'd be pretty crappy friends if we just left you in the lurch now, innit?
Gosh! Well, I'm incredibly grateful for the offer. I shall have to be sure to compensate you appropriately when the order is completed.
Will we need to leave the city again to gather materials?
No. Before any of that, we will need to prioritize information gathering.
Information? What kind? And why?
Even the most basic accessory necessitates a great deal of thought. One must consider its shape, application, presentation. But above all else, it is imperative to pin down the nature of the individual to whom it will ultimately belong.
How do you mean, nature?
We must learn more about Jake and Tessa, find out what makes them tick. Only then will we discern the accessories they desire. That is how I do things, and that is where we must begin.
Sounds like a really roundabout way to do things. Why not just ask them yourself?
Only a third-rate charlatan would consider such a thing. The true creme de la creme must fulfill their clients' orders without uttering even a word.
But you don't have much time.
Which is why I'm very grateful for your assistance.
We may have our work cut out for us.
I suppose we should start by asking people who are close to those two.
That's the way indeed. Then let's begin our inquiries. We must talk to Jake and Tessa's compeers in the Lost Numbers and find all we can about them.
And so we complete, or so we start rather, for the sake of keepsakes.
We've made some new friends. Jake and Tessa, yeah? They seemed a bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest.
Well, let's see. Their actions will surely speak for themselves.
Hello, Ellen, come
so
here
that's
to
what
be. Wanna know about Jake and Tessa? Yeah, I gotcha. They're kind of celebrities among us Lost Numbers. Oh, really? I don't like to talk about this too loudly, but you know how Jake's basically houseless, right? Houseless? Oh yes, certain circles bandy that term about to describe one who cannot trace their descent to any of the established lineages. It's unfortunate, but people in that position often find themselves pushed to the fringes of our society. Jake got bullied relentlessly as a kid, a poor guy could never catch a break. But Tessa, who's the same age as Jake, would always look after him and make sure he was okay. The darker Jake's mood got, the brighter and more cheerful she'd act around him. In fact, it's probably thanks to her that Jake started to lighten up, now he's well as you know him. Ah, that wasn't the kind of story I was expecting. Never think it from the way he acts. Yeah, well, they can really get on your nerves sometimes, but you can't deny it's kind of an inspiring story. They've earned our respect. Not every day you get to see a story of true love unfold, eh? No big wonder they ended up getting hitched in the end, I suppose. Good old classism within the city. Let's go. Not at the very least, the colonies may be racist, but at least they're not classist. What a wild thing to say. Just I don't know. What? Well, I mean, whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I just like how things aren't exactly. It sounds weird to say, but like how things aren't all perfect and run well out in the city. Like, there's problems all over the place. Tessa's friend from House Roads. Tessa's from House Roads. They try not to have anything to do with the Vandoms and the Doyles if they can. Personality-wise, though, Tessa's more of a Van Dam. He always wanted to bring his fight to Mobius. Naturally, their parents didn't look too collie and they wanted to be a soldier. They were close to zoning at one time. That's when Jake stepped in. He convinced Tessa's folks to let her join the Lost Numbers, a condition he'd sign up to protect her. It's gonna be so hard on Tessa, wouldn't it make more sense for Jake to try and talk her out of it as well? When you put it like that, then there'd be no one left on Tessa's side at all. Maybe it sounds cliche, but Jake will always have Tessa's back, even if it means the whole world's against him. Talk about passionate, eh? Yeah, I suppose. Suppose it is. I don't want to go all the way. Is it? Okay. Hello, Purgus. So you think Torto's getting used to the city here, do you? But for you, it's taking longer. That's too bad. I'll show you get there. Just talk to people while you happen to be in the area. I'll probably... maybe. I might go around in the... I think I will. Find something else to do alongside there, but after we finish the other Ascension quest we got, I think I'm gonna go through and just go around and make sure that we've talked to everybody before we head out to the Cloud Keep. Back in the day, Tessa once found herself caught between Kavesi and Agni troops during a mission. It was a big one for ounces and all. They had a tough call to make, calling a retreat, but they had to leave Tessa behind. But Jake refused the order. I guess he went to rescue her all by himself? That's right. Fire from both nations fell all around them like rain, but he ran in with all the breath in his lungs. Everyone thought they were good as dead, but no, Jake picked up the wounded Tessa and did the impossible, getting her home. He ended up taking more hits than her. Wound up bloody from head to toe, not a pretty sight. But he didn't mind. He was just content that he didn't have to lose Tessa. I wish I had half of that guy's courage.
This is some story.
That should be information enough for now. Shall we reconvene?
Sounds good.
So, I mean, we do have a fair bit of info about them. Oh, we can pop into the canteen. Have a nice meal, a nice talk of a meal of... Actually, do we have
I've
the
been
other
craving
thing?
some downtime.
We do. The whole wild lobster. Just 10 of everything.
Thanks for the food.
Masha, your clothes are in the way.
This has
We
been
can't see Riku. And that gets us the saucy glossy gem lobster,
Hey,
which
Banana,
is
this one's
not
for
the
you.
final food stuff in the game. We have one more that we can possibly get. Oh, okay, fine. We'll go to the city camp. Could have just talked at the
rest in
canteen,
here.
but no.
Everyone, a moment of your time? Well, this wasn't what I was expecting.
I know. I figured they'd be a couple of quirky jokers.
Sounds like they've had it rough.
Indeed. They appear so ostentatious and fickle, one could be quick to dismiss them as mindless followers. But the truth is that they are loyal soldiers both, and they care deeply for each other. In which case, I'd be inclined to substitute an eye-catching design for something altogether more somber. The accessory they seek is most likely...
Most likely... what?
That shall have to wait. In any case, I have a clear idea of what would suit them now. You've been a tremendous help.
Good to hear. So I'm guessing the next step is we go looking for the materials, yeah?
Haha, you guessed correctly.
Are you going to tell us what we need?
Yes, I'll need two things. One of them, far easier to come by. I'll start with that. One may find rose quartz growing on Corn Island, on the Erythia Sea. What I would need is a quartz crystal with a particularly high purity, known as Red Shawl.
Corn Island. Got it. Let's go take a look.
Yeah. Woo! Corn. That looks to be on the lower level, which doesn't really matter which one we go to. But we'll go to Double Crag Gate. Got Double Crag Gate. Alright, yup. We going out here and finding some gems. Yup.
There's crystals everywhere. How are we gonna find the right stuff?
That's a question best left for our resident expert, Masha.
Well, appears as though was not around here. See, the quest route is super helpful. I generally don't like using it because I'm stubborn and think I can figure things out by myself. But
Right here.
there's sometimes when it's mainly for if you have verticality that it really tells you, you know,
Brings with it
where you're supposed to go, which is very nice. So we keep going up here. We gotta cross over. Got some, what is that, Ansels and a Garafa? Nah, not a Garafa, Camille. You learn these things when you've played the games enough. Start noticing the differences between some of the very similar enemies. I mean, like, obviously, you can tell what a Turkin is. Turkin are pretty distinct, but what about the difference between a Turkin and a Gulkin? That's actually not too difficult. Either Gulkins are seagulls, Turkins are turkeys, chickens. I don't know, man. But whatever they are, they're not nice like the Turkins. But like, you can tell what a Dragu is. Or a Gogol's probably the better. And I believe this is a Legacy of the Seven that we have not picked up. So it is very nice of the game to bring us up. That's something I can do in addition if we have time.
Of course.
when I go and talk to everyone, because it's mainly Colony Mew.
The next leg of our journey will take us to the Orion tunnels.
Hold on. Don't tell me you're taking us down there to do actual mining for you.
Close, but no mica. It's not minerals you'll be mining this time, but monsters.
Huh? Not literally, right?
Deep in the Orion tunnels, there's said to exist a rare species of rottle. The unique mineral which takes root on its back, argentium, will be our next target. Though I must confess, I have only ever set eyes on it but a single time.
But how are you so sure that you'll be able to find it then?
Well, we had no trouble getting the first material. Let's stay optimistic.
Better hope our luck's not run out yet. Off to the mines with us then.
The children yearn for the mines.
We'll take this down.
Okay, I thought I was about to miss there.
Are we gonna be alright?
Yeah. Pick up the Lunae rings. Again, just because we happen to be in the area. I think these are the heal rings. No, there's a very easy way to check. Just go into items. Boost damage up by fusion arts. Okay. Which is not the best. It's just a little bit. That looks like it might be one that we gotta use the ropes for. I think it is. There is also a big unique monster over here that we could probably deal with while we're in the area. It's like a level 50, I think it's like a 52 Queen Arachno.
Hey now, what's that?
That sounds
I
so
think we can
weird.
slide down that thing.
I didn't really. Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. Just hop on. And hop. It's a very dangerous game because you could fling yourself off. Okay, well, it's well down there, but. Are we good? Nope. I missed. And that's the danger of jumping to them. But I still think we could probably go through that method. We've got to load up because we... Wow, that actually brought us all the way out to the Cadenzia region again. I thought it would just pop us back out of the Cebu tunnels, but nope. Popped us back outside. That's not an issue, though. Good. Should be pretty quick. It is lower. Do I just want to go around? Yeah. Yeah, we'll walk this. Nope, don't care. We'll leave nature to its business. No use for humans getting involved, eh? I mean, it's useful for us to get involved when we have rewards for us, but we don't. So we've already done that one. And so we can drop down. Drop down. And there we are. Hello.
Is that the rubble we wanted?
Quite remarkable, isn't it? Let's procure our ore before it gets away.
The only way is
What, Argent Rupple?
Yeah, maybe if we all push
Pop in an advanced cooldown. Let's try attacking from the side. Why not? I land still a Signifer. I'll switch up class, I think, after this one. Well, I could actually just... Nah, I'll do it after we do our hero quest. Because the other Ascension... Yeah, the other Ascension quest is a hero quest, to be specific. We want to be super specific about things. Let's go up. Woo! Not too difficult. Again, it helps that we're quite over-leveled. But I don't think we'll be over-leveled before the final boss.
So glad we got the Agencium without too much fuss.
We were fortunate indeed. Well then, the city beckons.
We will pop over to the city in a moment. We'll pick up this container while we happen to be out here. Which is just some cash. I kind of wish money was used for more, but it's just not. You end up just having a ton of money laying around. Which is... It's not great.
Once again, your incomparable efforts have paved the way forward. Thank you, my dears. I feel now that I can finally produce the accessory I have in my mind's eye.
Isn't this an excessive amount of time and effort for a couple of accessories?
That, good sir, is the difference between the ready-made and the tailor-made. That, and it's my sales point. All right, you may have to give me a while. It is complete.
Good work, Masha. Okie doke. Time to deliver the goods to those two.
Yes, just a moment. I've given them a call and arranged for them to take delivery at the Founders Square.
I really hope they'll like them.
They better. After all the trouble they put us through.
You needn't worry. They will be satisfied, I assure you, or my name is not Masha.
So it's bracelets this time, huh?
That's correct. Rings, bracelets, and the like happen to be my forte.
It's time to go see another valued customer.
Jake, Tessa. So sorry to have kept you waiting. These would be the items you requested. Do check, if they're to your liking.
Oh, finally! Really kept us waiting, eh?
I know. I am buzzing.
The silver luster comes from an alloy of argentium. To my understanding, it is one of the strongest precious metals there is. Your unbreakable ties inspired the design at the heart of the bracelet, inlaid with a red gem of the highest purity. Those bracelets will not corrode or tarnish, and will preserve your bond for a great many years down the line.
This'll do just grand. I couldn't have asked for something better. Kinda scary how perfect it is.
Amazing. We barely told you anything.
I really must confess, this is arguably one of my finest works to date. What better keepsake could there be to assuage the both of you alike.
Well, so you knew.
So you already know that much about us?
Hardly. It was quite simple. This was not the first time I've been enlisted for such a request. I'm not psychic.
Wait, what's this about? A keepsake?
You know what happens to us folk when we pop our clogs?
Yeah.
We're lost numbers, fighting at the front. Our numbers could be up tomorrow. And nothing will be left of us. We'll just whoosh into light. It's crap. We're not having any of it. Our names will go up on some cenotaph, but all we'll be is just another statistic.
Yeah, so you see, we figured there had to be a better way for us to be remembered by. Something that'd last long into the future. Something that we'd be proud of, to keep us in good memory.
And that's where the keepsakes come in.
There is naught in this life more beautiful and precious than a happy, cherished memory. And yet, it is human nature that the more precious we perceive a thing, the more we fear it might be whisked away. Like these two here. They aren't the first city folk who wish to set their memories in stone. And certainly won't be the last. To leave something permanent, telling the world that they once lived, their lives' history writ, and spirits enshrined. A love that cannot be seen, immortalized in physical form. Therein lies the quintessence of my work as lapidarist extraordinaire.
Now there's the head of House Cassini. Gals are cut above. We were right to stick by you. Thanks, Emil. You're a gem.
Trust us, we'll take extra good care of them. Until our final breath. No. For a long time yet.
If the both of you are satisfied, then I am too. Those bracelets, may they serve you well, and impart to you a future both bright and prosperous. All right, that about wraps up the order. I'm truly grateful for all the support you've given me, you know. Rare is the job where one can feel such fulfillment.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, I'm all ears, my dear.
Those two appeared to mention something quite significant back there. The head of House Cassini.
My, oh my, oh my. It seems I've been found out, have I?
What is this House Cassini?
One of the city's 6 houses. You know, like the House Vandam that Monica leads. If you're the head, then that makes you Monica's equal. You must be in quite the position of power.
Oh, hardly. I would never compare myself to the likes of Moni, dearest. I only succeeded the role as a formality when the former head unexpectedly made it known that they were going to step down.
And that doesn't interfere with your lapidarist extraordinaire business?
Doesn't seem very leaderly. What's everyone got to say about that?
Free is the citizen who embraces their freedom. We of House Cassini are free spirits, more so than the other houses. Such has been our code for generations. So long as one forges one's own path in life, unbound by societal principles, my house's role is to respect and support them in it. So, you see, I serve the people of the city in my own way, as I personally see fit.
Wow, there really are all kinds in the city, huh?
Well now, that was a job well done. And thanks to the experience, I believe I have some new ideas for accoutrements. Let me use this sudden flash of inspiration to put our contract to good use. You did do the Ferris's share of the work, after all.
Thanks, Masha. We'll be counting on you.
And I shall expect nothing but the finest patronage.
Now craft more accessories. We'll get to those in just a moment. As you complete, for the sake of keepsakes with the party's help, Masha had no trouble crafting elegant keepsakes for Jake and Tessa that met their expectations, marking another victory for the odds.
Oh, so that's how they do it.
And so, we further unlock the potential of the Lapidarist, which we will go and gonna have actually Lands
I'll keep you safe and
be lone exile, and I'm going to have Mayo be Lapidarist. I'll do party change-ups in a bit, but let's go over the Lapidarist at level 20. Your class multipliers are 0.55 HP, 0.8 attack, 1.2 healing, 1.15 dex, 1.1 agility, 10 physical defense, and 15 ether defense. As for your skills, Star Treatment is your #1 thing, which is that crits will heal up to, heal a nearby ally up to 70% of your healing power. They will heal 9%, 10.5, 12%, 14, and 15% of the damage dealt as health. Again, up to 70% of your hero power. Beaming Edge boosts your ally's crit rate and critical hit damage by by percentage points. These are both percentage points. The crit rate is, again, it is percentage points. So, for example, I think it is at least. Might not be. Yeah, I'll double check. We'll do some live checking. Okay, I think it is actually. Oh, it's a bigger class. So 31. Okay, I think it is percentage points. I believe it is on both. I think this is one where the text is not correct. Fascinator deals extra damage while you are in a field effect. 50, 55, 60, 65, and 70% extra damage. And Ring a la Mode boosts the maximum number of fields you can set from 3 to 4. Again, doesn't stack. It is just a thing outright. As for your arts, Blessed Edge is a heal on hit. Recharge of 30, 28.3, 26.6, 24.6, and 22.6 seconds. 200, 255, 293, 30, and 375 for your power multiplier. And the usual heal on hit, 50, 75, 100% of the damage. Rigid Slicer inflicts slow recharge, which slows an enemy's recharge by 25%. 30, 28.3, 26.6, 24.6, 22.6. Recharge 120, 130, 140, 160, and 180. Power multiplier. Prismatic Ring sets a art heal field. What is that? On the art use, it will heal the user of the art by 50% of the Lapidarist's heal power. So, for example, let's say I use Prismatic Ring, and then Uni used an art. She will get healed by 140, roughly. I think it's a little bit higher than that. That's not too much. That's roughly what it is. Golden Heart will give you fast recharge, which boosts your recharge rate by 20%. 30, 32, 30, 27, 24. Of course, those are lower thanks to fast recharge, but that's just what it says on there. And then Vivid Carve has a chance to remove buffs. Recharge of 35, 32, 3, 30, 27, 3, and 24, 3. I think that's actually the same as Golden Heart. And it has a power multiplier of 300, 330, 360, 400, and 440. And finally, a 50 to 70 at level 10, and a 100% chance to remove enemies' buffs. Pride of Place is your talent art, which will set a field that is both blaze for enemies and regenerate for all the allies in the field. 1.5 health for every 1.5 seconds. Again, I think that's what it is. Sometimes regenerate does work a little bit differently but it's based off of max HP is the point. And it's 8% of the arch damage per second, 400, 435, 465, 515, and 560. Going over to Masha Dearest. Solid Silver is renamed Rigid Slicer, Majestic Zone is Prismatic Ring, and Platinum Shards is Vivid Carve. She has a TP of 35, chain effect of on selection, she will add 15 TP to everyone who is active and remove 10 of her own TP. And her chain order is Radiant Artificer, which is a increased crit rate during the chain attack, 20, 25, 27, and 30. Lapidus is your crit healer. There's a reason that crit healing was the meta in Xenoblade 2, and the Lapidus kind of shows what it can do. It's a pretty good damaging class. Of course, it doesn't seem like it's terribly much considering the multiplier, but it still is. It's one of the better damaging healers, if I recall. It's up there with Thaumaturge in terms of damage dealt, and of course, every hit has the chance to heal, and that really is what makes it different compared to the other heal on hit classes like Strategos and Thaumaturge, is the fact that you can consistently get this with crit rates. One thing I haven't mentioned is, aside from just those multipliers, there is also base settings for every class, mainly in the crit rate and the block rate. I don't go over these because they vary quite a bit depending on your level, but the Lapidus has the highest crit rate tied with the Incursor. I think actually the Incursor gets like one more base crit rate or something like that. It's not much. It's 25 to 30% base crit, which I think we just have boosted by the... What do we have that boosted by? We have it boosted by something. Oh, no, is it the... Yeah, boosted by Cypher Edge. Yeah, as a 25 to 35 base crit rate, which, again, it's the same as the Incursor, so you're going to be hitting crits quite a lot. You're not going to hit crits as often as Incursor because, again, Incursor has a bunch of skills in order to protect that, in order to bolster up your crit amounts. But the fact that you can keep getting damage based off of critting, or keep getting health based off of critting, is really good. Again, it's consistent. It's one of the more consistent heals because you just are always potentially getting it. It's not much healing, but it's very good chip healing. And yeah, it's consistent. And yeah, Masha has probably the second most unique chain effect behind Miyabi, where she's removing her own, and it is actually pretty helpful to do, especially early on. And I mean, it makes her remain pretty low, which is actually really nice. The Lapidus is, again, it's one of the better damaging healers. It can fairly consistently turn that damage into healing, and it's just overall a pretty good class. I still don't think, well, the best healer in the game, bar none, is post-game, but for the main game healers, I'd put the Lapidus probably as, like, the second best behind Signifer. It's the best it's not the best pure healer. I think War Medic is your best pure healer in terms of just healing. In terms of a healer that just heals, it's War Medic all the way. I think the War Medic is probably even a little bit better than the post-game class at just pure healing. But in terms of putting the entire kit together, Lapidus probably the second best main game healer class. Probably the third best overall, because I would say Signifer is the best healer class in the game. No, not quite done with things as of yet, because we want to head into the Land of Challenge real quick, because this is the only way to get Enigmatter. Of course, Masha, her big thing, accessory crafting. Of course, we now have a wider range. There's only one way to get Enigmatter. You will not find it out in the world. Instead, I believe it is I think it might just be in red. You get 1,500 from red, which red is from your time trials. Or if we go over to blue, which is from Archsage's Gauntlet, it is 300. Actually, I might have those backwards. I may have those backwards. But yeah, Enigmatter, only way you can get them is from the Land of Challenge. I don't think I've shown off what we have on our time attacks right now. I believe we... Where did we get it? I think... These two we unlocked last time. Yeah, okay. I think these two were unlocked this time. And then... Lots of stuff for post-game. Lots of stuff for during Chapter 7. And one for also completing the DLC story. Of course, we will be doing the DLC story much later, but that will do it for this time. And next time, we're gonna go see what Tyon all wants for him. But until then, see you guys later.